Manchester United's performance against Liverpool was so bad that much of the reaction has actually glossed over their own shortfalls in the match. Erik ten Hag will want the 7-0 loss to be remembered as an aberration and a freak result that escalated enormously, but there were still some questionable tactical choices that can't be disregarded. It is understandable why the United manager stuck with a similar tactical setup that had seen his side defeat both Man City and Barcelona at home already this year, but it was naive to expect the same outcome when playing away from home. United's reserved start to matches and ferocious second-half performances have been aided in part by the Old Trafford atmosphere spurring them on, a luxury they did not have at Anfield. Instead, it was the home side that was buoyed by a raucous atmosphere and encouraged to go for the kill at a time when United were already struggling to stay on their feet. This also seemed to work against United, given that rather than being stable and well-drilled in their approach, they were actually bordering on predictable and offered little in the way of surprise. United ultimately don't control matches regularly enough and still rely on spells of brief dominance to deal damage to their opponents, meaning that when they went 2 goals down, they had little chance of getting back into the game. In those wins over City and Barcelona, they were always within touching distance of a comeback, but as soon as Liverpool scored again right after the break, United appeared to lose all hope of a way back into the game and soon imploded. Questions must also be asked about the decision to overlook the in-form Aaron Wan-Bissaka in favor of Diogo Dalot. It is obviously much easier to critique the team with the benefit of hindsight, but it was only a week ago that the Portuguese fullback was terrorized at Wembley when he last came up against a tricky winger in the shape of Alan Saint-Maximin, and he also had a few tricky moments against Said Benrahma in midweek. With his Carabao Cup final cameo, Wan-Bissaka was a contender for man of the match, and it would have made more sense to play the resurgent right back at Anfield, especially given his defensive capabilities against such a dangerous forward line. It also made little sense for Marcus Rashford to be played through the middle, a week after Sir Alex Ferguson had himself warned that he is not a striker and is at his best from the left. United didn't have many options to choose from, but it felt like a huge missed opportunity not to put Rashford up against Trent Alexander-Arnold, who is a fullback well known for his defensive vulnerability, and who he has already got the better of in previous meetings. It meant that the ineffective Bruno Fernandes was repurposed to the wing role, which limits his creativity, contributing to his overall dissatisfaction during the game and sowing the seed for his second-half strop. The players must take the brunt of the blame for their pathetic performance and the overall demise of the match, but it is dangerous for them to only brush it off as an off day and not acknowledge their own mistakes. While they have beaten Arsenal, Man City and Liverpool at home this season, they have now lost against all 3 away, and it seems obvious that a new approach for these matches on the road is needed. There is comfort in the fact that 3 of their next 4 matches are back at Old Trafford and can give them the springboard needed to get their season back on track, but to go to the next level they must stop making the same mistakes on the road. United's rebuilding can't be limited to at home alone.